I don't need the noise, I don't need the race. God gave me vision, I'm keeping my pace. No comparisons, no chasing fame. I'm walking steady, yeah, I'm in my lane. In my lane, I'm aligned, I'm free. No traffic when you walk in destiny. Grace and purpose, peace remains. I'm living bold in Amber's lane. Protect your peace. Walk your purpose. Welcome to an Amber's lane.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to Amber's Lane. It's your host, Amber Lane. Can y'all believe that we are at the final episode of season 1? This has been so good, so refreshing. The rebrand has been 10 out of 10. God did his big one with this one, okay? I'm just so grateful. Thank you all. I have to give you a thank you. Thank you for tuning in every single week. Thank you for being on my head. Amber, wait, where is it? I haven't seen it. Thank you for all of you that are interested in being on the show, that have reached out to me. This is not the last season. We dropped last time with Go Up or Go Home, but this is going to be recurring. This is something that, it's a rebrand. It's literally me oozing out on this camera to you. So I'm just so excited. I'm so grateful. Again, thank you for subscribing and commenting and letting me know how you seriously feel about the podcast. I love you all so much. I had to get that out first. But a few days ago, I put on Instagram asking you guys what questions did you have for me moving forward, going into this new season. And I wanted to be able to answer those questions. So I pulled 2 that I'm going to address right now. So if this is your question, surprise. So the first question was, what are you looking forward to the most this year? So this year, I initially had expectations of like how I wanted this year to go. I have written down like my goals and my plans and things that I want God to do. And in the first few days, it's not given. The goals are what I'm just going to stick to. So I'm just looking forward to honestly like what God really has this year. 2025, baby, it dragged me through the mud. Okay, by my edges only. Okay, literally, I saw in the mirror towards the end of last year, and I was like, "Why my friends didn't tell me my edges really was leaving?" Like I was really talking junk, but I looked at my edges towards the end of the year, and I said, "Wait, like they are really coming back." Like, so yeah, 2025 was just she was that girl because she did prepare me for what 2026 holds. But I'm really just excited to see what God does. Again, I do have my goals. I still have my plans. I still have my ambitions. I still have written down every single thing in my book. Even in my vision book, like putting pictures down that I want for myself in 2026. But honestly, expectations have gone out the window. On New Year's Eve service, we all heard that, my best days are ahead of me. So I'm literally looking for every single day just to be better and better. These first couple days, unfortunately, I lost another family member. And it was different things that I had like applied for that I got denied to. But honestly, like my best days are still ahead of me. So I'm just looking forward to whatever God has. My feelings have been hurt already in 2026, but hey, that's what comes with being a child of God. We don't get to control the narrative when you are saying you're going to relinquish control. And that's all I said 2025. I talked about surrender in 2025. And literally here I am, my first test of 2026 being like, okay, well, Amber, this is what you said you're going to do. You got to do it. Obedience is another thing. So I'm just looking forward to the things that God is going to allow me to do. Because again, I have the visions, I have the goals, even some of the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing that I have not done. I'm looking forward to those things too, because it's going to be me actually fulfilling purpose and not just living life. When I lost my cousin, reality this time kind of sank in, and it kind of was more so like your next breath is literally God's option. And so you have to be productive on this earth. You need to make sure that when you die, that you die empty. You need to make sure that a legacy is actually being left. I don't want to die and people have nothing to think about or to say about me. I want to make sure that my purpose has been fulfilled on this earth. I don't want to die with all these different things and I get to heaven and God is like, oh, but you could have did this and you could have did this. Like, I want to make sure that I'm actually fulfilling and walking in purpose. So I'm looking forward to those things. The next question is, what's your biggest goal as you move forward in podcasting? I'm not going to tell you because this year you will find out, okay? It will be an event. I will give you that much information, okay? Not too much information. Y'all know off that last episode that Tori had me almost crying in, talking about keeping some stuff to myself. So this is one of those things. But it will be an event. That is one big thing that I could see myself doing for 2026, but also just recurring as well. It was something that God placed on my heart actually the year my grandmother passed. So that's been about 3 or 4 years. So I've known I should have had this event 3 or 4 years ago. It's just been me walking in disobedience, but that is my biggest goal as of right now. Eventually, I would love to be able to podcast full time or to be able to reach some of these larger audiences. God has been good with some of the guests that I've had on my show thus far. Even looking back at Go Up or Go Home, like I have had some really amazing guests that I would love to bring back. Of course, that's always a goal, but the end goal is really for this year going to be that event that I finally tell God yes to. Amen. But things that I want you to expect from me, okay? Hold your girl accountable. More amazing guests because I have been doing my homework, okay? Reaching out to the people. Everybody that's on the show, it has literally been God ordained. Like I have never taken applications or taken inquiries because that's just never like, it's never been no shade to nobody. Not saying that I won't. Like, I have definitely been thinking about the Google form. Like, okay, allowing people to be able to inquire all the things. But literally, like, I don't even say I run the show. Like, I literally manage this show. One, this is something that God has allowed me to do. So I am managing it, trying to make sure that I'm a good steward over this podcast. But I literally just allow God to put people in my life or allow God to give me the topic to talk about. And I'm like, okay, God, who do you want on this episode? Again, like Tori was another one of those people where I literally like, I was praying, she popped in my mind later on that day, not even before 12 o'clock, me and her had already connected and was like, okay, we about to do this episode. So God is literally the head of this podcast. So, even those that I haven't reached out to, like, it's literally been like, okay, reach out to them. It's been a test of faith for sure because I'm like, God, them, like, on my show? But that's what you can expect from me. More amazing guests, more vulnerable and transparent conversations. I was talking to my sister the other day, and she was like, girl, you should have let your tears hang out when you was sitting there talking. Yeah, I'm not a crier on camera, okay? Catch me at church on Sunday at 10 a.m. at Shiloh 2.0, and you will see the tears, okay? Starting after prayer, okay? Starting with praise and worship, baby. When that word come, I'm bawling my eyes out by in the service. It's just been a well all over the clothes and all the things. I am not a person that is like, I'm open, but to be open like that where I'm crying on camera is crazy. But, if that's the way that it's supposed to go, I'm willing to give that. But yes, definitely more vulnerable, more transparent conversations. Again, I am still a very private person, but there are some things that in the next season, I definitely want to dig into and be very vulnerable about because I know that it's going to help other people. Everything that you deal with, everything that you go through is never just for you. It's for somebody else. And so if it's for somebody else, I'm willing to expose some things. Okay. But always in decency and in order and definitely classy. Okay. It's not going to be ugly out here, okay? Okay, cool. The next thing is more content that will show who I am as a person. I definitely get that often, like, well, who are you outside of the makeup artist, outside of the podcast host, outside of the educator? I am willing to start talking about that more as well as showing that more on the YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, you need to because we going up in 2026, okay? It's going up. I'm not even giving myself a long break. So y'all enjoy these couple weeks while we off. But baby, you better know while you off, I'm be over here working. Okay. I'm gonna take a week off myself. I need a week, but I'll give y'all after that. So make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at In Amber's Lane. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at XONBZ_. Just stay in contact with me. If there's any topics that you guys want to talk about or would like me to address, always feel free to email me and contact me via Instagram. Or if you see me on a regular basis, talk to me, DM me. I don't care. But I want to make sure that this is as effective as possible. And the last thing I wanted to address, I asked today actually if anyone had any specific topics that they wanted me to talk about next season, and someone commented and it kind of struck a nerve. And that topic was taking care of you and self-love. So I want to talk about that. That is very important. I think that's something in 2025 that I completely learned all over again. We say we love ourselves, but do you really love yourself? And loving yourself includes forgiving yourself. Loving yourself includes, being able to know that where you are in this very moment is where you are supposed to be. You cannot rush God's time. I just learned that the hard way. You cannot rush God's time. Even if you know the complete plans, or the complete thought, or you have an idea, or God has revealed something to you, you still have to be on his timing. So having that self-love is going to be important because the enemy is going to try to throw self-doubt in there. Imposter syndrome. Oh, but God, you gave me this vision, but somebody else is doing it. Where do I fit in? Where does this vision, okay, they've reached a great deal of people. No, you are where you're supposed to be at this very moment. And you have to really enjoy those moments. A lot of times we try to get to the future, but we don't look at our now. We don't look at our present. We don't reevaluate things so that we're not making the same mistake over and over again. We look to the future so far and so ahead, and we're like, okay, this is what I want to accomplish, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to see, woo, woo, woo. But we don't actually look in the moment and say, one, let me enjoy this moment. Because there's a lot of moments in my life that I missed, or I can vaguely remember. Somebody has to bring back to my attention, because in the moment I was too busy thinking about the ahead, or I was thinking about the next moment versus sitting in that moment and enjoying and telling God thank you for where he's brought me to. So self-love is definitely important. Self-love creates boundaries. We don't really talk about, you let any and everybody in your space when you don't love yourself. If you are not in the proper place with yourself, you're allowing whatever you think is around you to be okay. And I'm going to tell you, I was going to say sometimes, 99.9% of the time, those environments are not the place you're supposed to be in anyway. You're trying to find other ways to cope and to love yourself with other people when you don't need anybody else to validate you when God has already validated you, when you should already have that love for yourself. So that is something that I think I learned completely different, especially with me not wearing makeup as much. Like 2025, my eczema, I think, I don't know what it was trying to do, but I didn't appreciate it, okay? So a lot of times where I wanted to wear makeup, I couldn't wear makeup because my face would be flared. Like, majority of my life, a lot of my eczema was on my hands, my arms. For it to flare up on my face as bad as it did, I was like, okay, what is you have to look past that and be like, okay, God, what is the lesson in this? And I think my lesson was, Amber, you got to stop hiding behind being the cute girl all the time, and I want you to be you. Like, I want you to be transparent. I want you to be vulnerable. I want you to be open and exposed. I literally told a lot of my friends, and when I ministered at church, I was like, I felt like 2025, God had stripped me and put me in the middle of the street, and it was raining outside, and people was driving by splashing me with the water. Like, I felt like I was just so exposed, but that was a part of 2026. That's a part of my making. That was a part of God teaching me how to love myself, not needing a man, not needing a job, not needing makeup, not needing the clothes. Like, it was literally teaching Amber, sit with yourself and be transparent with yourself. What are some things that you have done or that you have allowed people to do to you that you need to forgive yourself for? Like, we don't sit down and have those conversations with ourselves, and you really need to. That assignment that Tori gave, as far as like sitting down and writing a letter to yourself, like that little girl, like, I was about to bawl my eyes out because I said, wow, like, I have really done damage to that little girl. Not only did people do it, one, I allowed people to do it because I was not in the proper space, but two, like, look at who looking at who I am now, I'm like, man, if I had just fixed that younger, or if I had just cleaned that up, or if I had set that boundary, like, I never would have been in those situations. And granted, again, everything that I've gone through, I know it's not for me. I know it's for somebody else, because when I talk about some of this stuff, people be like, oh my God, like, I was just dealing with that. Or people be like, oh my God, I never knew you dealt with that. And it's like, yes, babe, like, I could write a book, but I can't write a book because I put people names in there, because I ain't gonna care. Okay, I'm not gonna care. But self-love is important. Taking time for yourself, especially when you're like a giver like me. I will give the shirt off my back to somebody. I will spend my last dollar. I will have my last drop of gas and not ask for no gas money and go pick somebody up. But you have to, that is a part of setting boundaries, and you have to take care of yourself, because how can you pour from an empty cup if you have absolutely nothing in there? And sometimes God will do the pouring so you can pour back out. But I'd rather have the testimony of overflow, where my oil and my everything that he's put inside is like running over to touch other people, than always consistently pouring from an empty cup. Because when you are consistently pouring from an empty cup and you are not being refilled, you're tired, you're burnt out, you're worrying, you're stressed out, you done lost your edges like me, you concerned about everybody else and not concerned about your own. So like, it's just so many other things that develop out of not taking care of yourself. So I mean, it's just a little touch about what we're going to talk about next year. I mean, not next year, next season. Jesus, I done took us 2027. Come back, Amber, come back. But this is something that I'm definitely going to dig in more, as far as like giving tools and giving tips. If you're a woman going to go get your nails done, going to, you know, or if you don't want to spend that money, sitting down and taking time to do your own nails, applying lashes, or going to get, like, I enjoy my lash extension appointments, because me and Cam be talking, but after a while, Cam know I'm going to sleep. Like, that's just my time. And as soon as I get off that bed, okay, it's time to get to going again, Amber, we back on the move. But I take those moments just to breathe, just to check in with myself. Even when Chris is doing my nails, he may be talking to me and maybe a couple, you know, conversations, but after a while, I'm getting quiet and I'm sitting there talking to myself. I'm sitting there having conversations with God. My mouth may not move, because, you know, people think you're crazy, but I'm having those conversations, or I'm thinking out ideas in my head, and the minute I get in the car, I'm like typing them out. Even want to get a pedicure, like, that's the perfect time for you to take your journal and sit there and write. When God wake me up out my sleep, okay, at 1, 2, 3 in the morning, after I get done praying, I'm like, okay, this is my quiet time. Okay, Amber, you need to plan. Okay, Amber, you need to read. Okay, Amber, you need to, like, business wise, I need to be thinking about, you know, applying for resources. So all the different things that you can be doing in those silent times, but you have to give yourself those silent moments. You can't be so on the go all the time that you're not filling yourself back up. And that's by reading the word. That's by praying. That's by, again, self-care moments and all the different things. But make sure this year, y'all, we taking care of ourselves. We got to take care of ourselves, and we got to create these boundaries. We got to, because the only way that you're going to get a different result in 2026 is by doing something different. If you think that what you did in 2025 and you do it again this year is going to get you a different result, Einstein said that is insanity. You have to do something different. To get something you never had, you got to do something you never done. I want to go a lot further than what I did in 2025. So what that means for me is I have to start preparing. Like, for me, this year, I had already started preparing for 2026, 2025. If you have not, I definitely recommend you need to take some time every night, or take some time until you get the vision down on paper. The Bible tells us to write the vision and make it plain. Like, this is the time for you to do that. Don't wait until April or June or the third quarter, the fourth quarter, and you're like, oh, but I didn't do. It's going to only be your fault. Like, yes, and again, a lot of times we write things down and God may take us completely left field, but at least there's something down on the paper. God, these are my desires. God, this is what I would like to do. God, okay, this is what you called me to do. Okay, what if we do it this way? At least there's something on the paper. A lot of, like in school, they would tell us, make sure you show your work. Reason why you have to show your work is because the teacher could identify, okay, wait, you should have added there where you subtracted. Same thing with God. Like, show your work. Give him something to work with. Faith without works is dead. If you're going to say, I'm going to open up this multi-million-dollar business, and you have not written out a business plan, you don't even have a name. You ain't even prayed about a name. You ain't paid for LLC. You ain't paid for your trademark. You ain't paid for nothing. Then how can you expect God to make you a multi-million-dollar business if you don't even have nothing to give him? Show your work. So, with all that being said, folks, thank you again so much for supporting me through this season. Thank you for supporting me through the transition to even get to In Amber's Lane, because Go Dope to Go Home, there was about a year and some change in between there. So the fact that y'all stay on my head, the fact that y'all are still on my head, the fact that you guys support me, the fact that there is a comment under a post, the fact that you guys are reposting and sharing this every single time, that means the world to me, and that lets me know that God is with me for real. And not saying it arrogantly, but like sometimes, you know, in our life we look like, okay, God, did you really tell me to do this? Like, God, are you really with me? Like, okay, like I don't feel like nobody really catching on, or ain't nobody listening to me, or, you know, but the fact that y'all like show that to me, even on random days where it's not a Friday and I'm not dropping the episode, like you guys are still posting the episode, like y'all make sure y'all go watch. Like that means the world to me. I love you guys. So, and did y'all hear the new theme song? Okay. Clocks T. Y'all, we is up. Let me say this. Before I close. So here I go again. If you are looking for a podcast home, because I'm not a gatekeeper, and if you know by now, if I was a gatekeeper, y'all wouldn't know about no Glamourholic lifestyle. Y'all wouldn't know about no fancy homebody. You wouldn't know about networking tonight. You wouldn't know about a lot of people, places, and things. But I'm not gonna gatekeep, because the Lord gonna bless me for not gatekeeping. Okay. If you are looking for a podcast home, if you are looking for anybody that deals with production, because baby, I don't. Okay. But y'all be asking me, Amber, you know somebody? And I be like, let me go Google them real quick. Let me go find somebody. I got you somebody, okay? If you are looking for a podcast home, if you want to start a podcast, if you are looking for somebody to come and to help you build a content studio, anything that do with content production, media, podcast, come to Nice Media, okay? Okay, everybody shake their head. Yes, come to Nice Media. Peaches will get you together, okay? We've been rocking for a very long time. Let me say it again for the people in the back. A very long time. So I'm only going to send you somewhere that I know where the proof is in the pudding. And baby, the proof is in the pudding, okay? You see me coming back every Friday. It's because of her, okay? If y'all don't message me, she hey, sis, I ain't seen you. What's going on? So you need to come get your stuff together, okay? This is the year to do it. And don't just start with her in January. Keep on going for the whole year. Don't be one of them people, new year, new me, and you start in January, and then by February, you going off the face of the earth. We done doing that this year. We are doing things different. Again, I love y'all. Thank you so much for supporting In Amber's Lane. I can't wait to see you in season 2, because we are going up. I love you.
I don't need the noise. I don't need the race. God gave me vision, I'm keeping my pace. No comparisons, no chasing fame. I'm walking steady, I'm in my lane. In my lane, I'm aligned, I'm free. No traffic when you're walking destiny. Grace and